Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. We are in the last week of campaigns. Pollsters and research firms have until Thursday to release their opinion polls. And that is because, according to the law, no opinion polls are to be released less than 5 days to the elections. So they have until Thursday to release their opinion polls. And it's also at this time that most likely we are going to see some dubious opinion polls being released. And one way of identifying a dubious opinion poll or an opinion poll that is not credible is that the poll is not being highlighted in the mainstream media. It's only being shared online. That's just an indication that the poll might not be all that credible. So today, Ipsos released their latest opinion poll, and from the latest opinion poll released by Ipsos, Raila Odinga has finally broken the tie between himself and William Ruto. And that is because some opinion polls some few days ago were showing a close, almost a tie between Raila and Ruto. But according to the latest poll by the Synovate, rather by the Ipsos Synovate, Raila has finally broken that tie. So in this video, I want us to have a look at the figures, after which, as usual, we'll just dissect them to see what they mean for Raila and for Ruto less than 8 days to the elections. In case you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you, God bless you, God bless Kenya. Yes, some few hours ago, Ipsos released their latest opinion poll, a poll that has also been captured by almost all mainstream media. And let me show you, as the poll has reported by Nation, Raila, you are seeing 47%, Ruto, 41%. So in essence, Raila has opened a 6% lead over William Ruto. And this is a breakthrough, rather this is Raila Odinga just breaking the tie, because the opinion polls have been indicating a very small margin between Raila and William Ruto. And just as I've been stating in this channel, for those who have been keenly following me, I've always maintained that as August election approaches, Raila Odinga is most likely going to widen his lead over William Ruto. And I won't be surprised that on the election day, Raila's win will actually shock a very good majority of Kenyans. Very many Kenyans will actually be shocked on the kind of a margin Raila shall have opened against William Ruto. And that is so because if you look at William Ruto is only relying on 2 voting blocks. That's the mountain and the Rift Valley. And the mountain, as I talk, there are a lot of political activities going on the mountain that are just working to the advantage of Raila Molo Odinga. President Uhuru Kenyatta has been campaigning and camping on the mountain. And because our politics is largely ethnic-based, I don't think the president can campaign and camp on the mountain only to leave empty-handed. Most likely, for the days the president has camped there, the president, I know, has persuaded a good majority of residents of the mountain. And even from the opinion polls that are being released, even if you leave this Ipsos, Kiambu County is proving to be a battleground. And you know, if Raila Odinga can even get 50% of Kiambu County votes alone, Raila shall have actually eaten a lot into a vote basket William Ruto was hoping to ride on. And from the figures we are seeing, Raila is actually almost neck to neck with William Ruto in Kiambu County. And in Kiambu County, that's where a good majority of votes are if you look at the Game of Vote. And also if you look at these polls that are being released, I also believe, ladies and gentlemen, that if you look at the way William Ruto has been campaigning, in the last 2 weeks, William Ruto has been making very open political blunders. And these blunders are now just taking effect. In fact, they are now manifesting themselves in the opinion polls. William Ruto has actually made some 2 major blunders in some 2 political blocks. He made a very serious political blunder in Western by insulting Eugene Wamalwa and also by insulting a hustler in Vihiga. A hustler who, from some sources, we were told actually disappeared. Though those are unconfirmed rumors. We were told actually was found dead. And then on the Ukambani vote block, William Ruto also insulted Charity Ngilu, and also he made a mockery of Kalonzo Musyoka some few days ago. By William Ruto actually telling Kalonzo to join him 1 week to the election, William Ruto actually created a perception that is looking down upon Kalonzo Musyoka. He is actually seeing Kalonzo Musyoka as somebody without a stand, somebody does not know what he's actually doing. So that I did state might have also worked against William Ruto, especially with Kalonzo supporters in Ukambani. So William Ruto, as usual, is actually making some serious political blunders as a result of his loose tongue. William Ruto's main undoing is his loose tongue. If William Ruto cannot control his tongue, then even in the remaining 2 or 3 days, he is going to just shoot himself more on the foot. So from where I sit, ladies and gentlemen, these polls also just indicate that now Raila's supporters are now waking up to the reality that there is an election to be undertaken. And now because they are waking up to that reality, some are now being more confident to state where their political affiliation are. Because some months back, Raila supporters were not actually coming out to declare their support for Raila Odinga, especially Raila supporters on the mountain. But William Ruto supporters were very loud and they were very proud to declare and to prove to the whole world that they support William Ruto. But now that an election is just days away, I'm seeing Raila supporters also just waking up. And that waking up is also very good, for it can also translate into a huge voter turnout on Tuesday during the presidential elections. So as I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, these polls are just a confirmation again that William Ruto winning 2022 presidential elections is not possible. William Ruto most likely is not going to win this year's election. So maybe according to William Ruto's thinking, or rather William Ruto now maybe can actually just be praying very hard for him to have some elected members in parliament, or rather to have elected members across the country, be it the Senate, National Assembly, and even some in the county assemblies. That's the only prayer maybe William Ruto has for now. Because if he has those numbers in parliament, then he will actually use those numbers maybe to remain politically relevant after August election. But now again, if he's beaten in the presidential election, then he does not also have numbers in the National Assembly and also in the Senate, then William Ruto will also just be rendered irrelevant very, very fast. And also from the information we are gathering, if William Ruto loses this year's election, chances are also very high that even if he manages to get some elected leaders, a good number, then those elected leaders, especially those from the mountain, from Western and from the coast, from Kisii, most likely they will dump William Ruto for Azimio. So that's why I've always been maintaining, and I still maintain, that in the event William Ruto loses this year's election, then I'm seeing William Ruto's political career being buried permanently. I'm not just seeing William Ruto resurrecting once more, or rather once again, to make a formidable political fight of his life. That will mark the end of William Ruto's political career. If he loses it this year, then that's it. I'm not seeing any time or anything that will make William Ruto resurrect his political career again. And that is all because William Ruto has got a lot of skeletons in his closet. And if the law is to be followed, which as the new team Raila and Martha Karua have just assured Kenyans that upon assuming power, they are going to make sure they deal firmly with corruption. Should that happen, I'm not seeing William Ruto going to survive that onslaught. William Ruto is deemed corrupt. His running mate is also deemed corrupt. If the law is to be followed, those two characters will not survive. They won't survive the corruption fight, that onslaught. They won't survive. That's why I maintain and I believe this was William Ruto's time, maybe to make a serious stab at the presidency. If he fails it this time around, that's it. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, let me leave it there. In case you are watching us, but so far you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. To our fans and subscribers, I'm very much humbled, very much grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana.